So I'm recording this because Reggie, takes our minutes and
You mean Randy?
Randy, Reggie, Randy. I gotta get that straight. One day I will. I don't recall if he said he might not be here and to record. I don't know. Let's wait until 5 after.
Yeah, he may be having trouble getting on or something.
But I'll tell you that John has been experiencing a cough since March, Paul, and he's been kind of shrugging it off. And last time I asked about it, he had declared himself cured, but he still has it, and he's going to go see the doc. He's at the doc's now.
All right.
So
that's the right thing to do.
Yeah. I tell you what, I had cough and spells this morning, but pretty much that's allergies. I just took some allergy medication about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, you poor guy.
Gets worse every year.
Amazingly, I had a complete workout years ago because I had a cough too, and it just would not go away. And taking allergy medicine did not, in fact, it made it worse. So I went to the really good allergist. They get the whole thing, the COPD test and everything. And they said, what I have is non-allergenic rhinitis. So whenever I'm like at a gas station and I smell perfume or gas, it'll start something. Or if I've got a fan above me, it'll start something. Because I always remember getting on the bus from the cold into the hot bus, or vice versa, and the fan going above me, I all of a sudden have a coughing fit. And I said, this is ridiculous. I got to find out what's wrong with me. So she finally said, it's something that's incurable. You're always going to have it. Just try to avoid all those things. So I can't stay under fan.
God, that makes for a hot day. Well, let's get started. I don't think we have a lot of earth-shaking stuff, especially since Randy isn't here to talk about the raffle. But the raffle's going well. I've been getting telephone calls, and Al said he sold all his tickets, and he wants to.
You sold them all now?
I sold them all.
Oh, great.
Go sell some more then. That was so easy.
Regina, at the beginning of this thing, Regina came to me and the long face and said, "Would you take my tickets, please? I don't think I can sell any." I said, "Yes, you can."
I did. Fitness center is great. It's just that nobody carries any money, but they remember me and they come back, with the money, and they were very good. I even sold somebody at a bocce ball tournament up there in Watchie.
Oh, Regina, you're good for another 20. Okay,
girl.
Let's open the meeting. We do have a quorum.
You do.
Without Murphy and without John and without Randy, we have a quorum by the edge of our skin of our teeth, but that's okay. We get business done. So I'd like a motion to approve the minutes from last April's meeting.
I will.
Randy, yes?
So moved with one correction.
Okay.
When he talked about Laura Dodson, he said that she was, that her payments were in the rears. And I think he meant to say arrears.
Yeah.
Okay, that you get the hair splitting award for that. What paragraph is that? Yeah.
In the third paragraph.
The rears.
In the rears.
I wouldn't want to go after those payments if they were in coverage.
No.
All right, so Randy, note, and you have a correction. So is there a second?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so the treasurer's report is next. Are you going to, I haven't allowed you to share yet.
Okay.
And it's a good thing I'm doing all this because Diane's not going to be here today. So we're in trouble. I've got it handy, I think, if you don't have it handy. No, I don't have both reports.
You'll be allowed me to share?
Yeah, you're allowed now.
All right, there we
And
go.
there it is. You're
We got
getting
it.
good at this, Paul.
Oh, yeah. So we have, it's pretty simple for April, not a whole lot. You can see there were just 2 weeks when people paid dues. This was shortly after the new, April, May, yeah, this was shortly after the new bills went out. We had 13 people pay that day and then 5 more here. And then the rest was all in the contribution fund. We paid for the breakfast for the teachers at Occohannock, I think.
No, Northampton.
Northampton, whatever. Yeah. And we had some early proceeds from the raffle ticket sales, contributions to the Rotary Foundation with the dues. Happy dollars all go into the contribution fund now, and we had 2 payments of happy dollars, and that was it. We had some expenses for the golf cart raffle that we paid Randy, and also we paid this is Boys State. We had budgeted $800, but Bill Stram called me and said that they only need money for one boy, that the other boy had been paid for by somebody else. So that was only $400. So we ended up with $9,000, almost $9,500 in the operating fund and $7,400 in the contribution fund. Not often that the operating fund exceeds the contribution fund, but that's our situation. So that's the report. And then, of course, I put this data in the cumulative total for the fiscal year and distributed that as well. That's just too big to show on the share. But we're doing well. We're going to exceed our, assuming the golf cart raffle does well, we will exceed our budgeted amount for the contribution fund of funds coming in, even without the cupcakes.
Any question for of Paul regarding the treasurer's report? Okay, Paul, great job. Yeah, we're going to have more money in the bank than we've ever had come August.
Well, I don't know about that, but
yeah, we will. I know about it.
Might.
When have we ever had $20-some thousand?
Well, the thing that we've had over 20 before.
When was that?
Oh, maybe last year.
Really? Okay, but we'll exceed that.
The what we've never had is a operating fund this big, and because without having to pay for any lunches, our dues that we're collecting actually exceed our expenses. So we're doing very well with that. And I don't know if we need to address what we. I don't think we need to address it yet. We could just, our when we start meeting again in person, our meal costs might be higher, but we could just leave the dues the same and let that gradually catch up.
Okay, well, we'll jump off that bridge when we get to it.
Right.
Which leads to something we ought to discuss. We might as well discuss it now. And I think we should discuss it next week with the, at the assembly. And that is when we get back together, either on a one-off kind of basis or on a regular basis. Last time we discussed this, I recall we said we'd have a Central Park meeting in August. Wasn't that the case?
Or, I mean, yeah, I don't know when we set a date for, but I think we could do it just about any time.
Yeah.
Outdoor meeting would be fine.
All right. Well, let's pick a date and start planning for it. Let's get the golf cart stuff behind us. And everybody will be pretty busy.
So
and
August
more.
should be fine. Yeah.
So maybe early August. Looking at August, August has 5 Tuesdays. And why don't we make it an assembly kind of meeting?
On the second Tuesday,
That would be the third.
third Tuesday?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea because then we don't have to worry about a guest speaker and.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And yeah, we want to have as few moving parts as we can for that meeting. So why don't we, do we tell, I guess we just tell the membership.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
August 17th.
Somebody's got to be responsible for planning it.
Well, Chuck, you can form a committee. I think we should call for volunteers for your committee, maybe at this meeting, because it's going to take a few meetings to, twist a few arms.
Well, I don't want to get it too complicated. I know we did it once before, and Bill, I think you had a contact with the town to get permission to go ahead and meet. Am I right on that?
Yeah, I will. I'll contact Jen Lewis.
Okay.
And
One of the towns-
I don't think we need. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, I guess that's right. The town, it is the town's space, isn't it?
Yeah, and somebody else might be using the. Now, do
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
do
you
it?
have to reserve it.
Summer.
This
So we
last
want to
time,
reserve
we,
the gazebo and-
yes, we were on reserve for the gazebo last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to do a noon meeting or an evening meeting?
Well, it's gonna be hot in August in the noon,
I was
midday.
gonna say the middle of August.
Okay,
I was saying evening meeting, but
6
yeah.
o'clock.
That's what we did
Yeah.
before, right?
I remember it was in the evening, but I don't remember what time. So let's say 6 p.m. for now. And we'll need a committee. Now, because we have a lot of awards for you to give out, Chuck.
Okay.
So we'll need a PA system.
All right. I'll bring that.
Did you bring yours before?
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it makes it easier than trying to get it from the town.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need the entertainment. You're gonna have your hands full
Yeah, that's
unless
fine.
somebody else wants to
Yeah.
do puppets or something.
And
Well,
Chuck, I work with you on the organizing of this.
Okay.
Your committee is already
Right.
being headed up by Reggie. Are you still the entertainment committee head? I guess you are, right, Reggie?
I guess I am, Bill.
You can handle 2 jobs.
It's not 2 jobs anymore these days, but that's okay.
Well, you're about to you should be thinking about your new job, because before you know it, it'll be July and we'll need a speaker or two or three. But we can help you with that. Everybody helps out. Chuck and Medi killed it. Medi kind of filled up the agenda with all of her all
History.
of her, and they've been very, very interesting speakers.
Yeah, they have. Should we look at catering this, Bill?
Yeah. And just like we did before.
Yeah. What is the operation right now of the coffee house? I mean, when are they open? When are they not open?
They're just like before. They're closed on
Okay.
Tuesday and they're open every other day.
All right.
So they should be able to handle the catering.
Okay.
So we can let them know as soon as we tell the
You better
club.
get that confirmed because they're
You
having
do.
staff problems everywhere here.
Okay,
So-
we'll do that ASAP. Reggie, you're gonna do that?
Yes.
Box lunches.
Mhm.
Did we have wine or beer last time?
No, I don't think so.
No, we had drinks, but
Yeah.
no alcoholic beverages.
Drinks make it simpler.
Mhm.
If you can have oh, here's Randy. Let's give him a minute to
All right.
it says he's joining.
Ah, there he is. Just needs to hit another button.
Randy,
I'm here. Sorry.
it's all right. We had an election and you're president-elect.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, we've been recording everything.
Good.
So you haven't missed out on much. And what we've been discussing is the next outdoor event,
Okay.
which will be August 17th. That's an assembly meeting at 6 o'clock in Central Park. Reggie's heading up the volunteer committee in support of Chuck. And Reggie, I'll volunteer to be on your committee because I won't have a job.
I'm sure that can be fixed.
So we also we approved the treasurer's report, and that's pretty much it.
And the minutes.
And the minutes. So that'll be presented to the membership today, and we'll just tell them what we're doing. Now, beyond that, and that's a one-off thing. Let's talk about when we go inside together.
Again, I think we could do that consistent with all the guidelines from the CDC and the governor anytime, as long as the only people that were there were vaccinated. And I wouldn't have any hesitancy where a private organization just putting some social pressure on any members that might not be vaccinated yet to get the vaccination. I mean, they could still come, but they would need to stay masked and socially distanced from everybody.
Yeah, we don't want anybody to quit. But I think that I'm sure everybody's been vaccinated or had their shots.
There was one person raised their hand that they hadn't been when
Who was that?
uh, Tina Pert.
Oh, she's probably got her shot by now.
I
I'm
hope so.
surprised that I think she had one shot, Paul. Anyway, she's not an issue because in her work she has to get shot up. You
I
know,
would hope
dealing with people. So yeah, that's a good way to do it if you've been vaccinated. Now, when would we want to start? Propose starting again. Indoors on a regular basis.
What about, I'm just throwing it out on the table, but right after the vacation season, so following Labor Day week.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea. That would be less pressure on the coffee house.
Right.
Reggie, you were about to say something, Reggie?
I was just going to say the later the better because the Zoom meetings have worked out so well for me. I don't have to be physically in town.
Yeah, you know, Zoom is really Zoom will make you lazy.
It's not that kind of lazy.
Well, it's kind of made me lazy. Like I haven't shaved for 3 days.
I hope you're wearing pants, Bill.
You'll never know until we do the pledge.
To the pledge, right?
Okay.
Oh, please, Chuck.
Let me throw it out on the table, the other side of that coin. When we were doing the trash pickup, I had two members. I mean, I can say their name. It was Dennis and Bruce. And they said they would very definitely welcome coming back to in-person meetings. They hate Zoom and they're just not going to participate with Zoom. And I assume some other people feel that way as well.
Oh yeah, so, about half our membership.
Yeah.
Okay. What what we'll do is, I think that's a stake in the ground, and that this will be a discussion point next week in the assembly.
Okay.
And we'll hear everybody out, and we'll have time to react. But I'm inclined to start after Labor Day. But let's see, Randy, what's your inclination?
Yeah, I think that probably works well. I think the longer we go without, the more vulnerable we get to people kind of just throwing up their hands. But by the same token, it seems like the safest way to go. So if we try and get something started after Labor Day, I think that would be good.
Yeah, the caveat being with the vaccination.
I think if we get through the summer, we have a good crowd here in town over the summer, and if the counts are still down or even further declining, that's going to make everybody feel a lot more comfortable around that time to start getting together.
Yeah. So we'll throw that grenade out there next week. Continue discussion.
That needs to have a talk with the current management at the coffee house about whether they are willing to continue doing it at noon on Tuesdays, because staffing is a problem.
What's the problem?
Staffing. And Roberta is hardly there at all anymore.
Well, what kind of problem? I mean, she can't do it, or?
Well, she's still on oxygen all the time. I think she.
No, I'm talking. You said Daphne.
Staffing.
Oh, staffing. Oh, staffing. Yeah. Okay.
That's a nationwide problem right now with restaurants.
Right.
Yeah, assuming they have the staffing. Yeah. Okay. So we might just test that on them. When Reggie, when you talk to whoever about the August meeting, why don't you just kind of test them on if they could be ready after Labor Day, and then we can bring that into the discussion next week.
Okay.
But again, that should ease the burden somewhat if we say we want to do it after Labor Day, because her busiest time at the coffee house will be over the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So if she's staffed up for that, then once Labor Day passes, the staffing demand should be, if anything, a little bit less.
But, for us, it only took 2 people
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
because it's a buffet.
You
It's
had
not
one
like
of
you're
yourself.
serving.
yeah.
And I think they love to have us back. Would love to have our business.
Marshall Jr. is pretty much running the place now.
So is that the person we should be talking to?
Probably. Yeah.
Reggie, you know Marshall Jr., right?
Yes, I know him. Does anyone have his direct phone line number?
I don't.
I doubt.
Okay, I'll just call over there then.
I do have Roberta's. I could call her and get, I haven't called her to see how she's doing lately. Why don't I call her and get the right number to you, or the right person she should be talking to?
Good idea.
Okay,
Okay. That's part of me being on your committee.
appreciate that, Bill.
2 weeks ago, and Roberta was in there working.
Was
Going
she?
to post the poster for the raffle.
Are you
And-
kidding me?
Pardon me?
He was working?
Yeah, she's behind the counter in the kitchen.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Did she have oxygen on?
No, I asked her how she was doing. She said she still uses oxygen, but obviously not full time, because she was back there being herself and running around, probably doing something she's not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you're right.
I introduced myself and mentioned the poster. I mean, she was gushing all over the Rotary Club. I mean, they were really appreciative of what we tried to do for them.
Oh, you talk about a love
Didn't
affair.
see there be any problem at all to resume, but
You would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. The investment of paying for the months that we weren't meeting there is going to pay off, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We've really we have a great relationship. Okay, then we'll move on to a couple of items. We've lost one and we've gained one. Bruce Skinninger has resigned from Rotary. He didn't attend a single Zoom meeting, and I don't know, really why. I haven't talked with him. I called him to have a discussion, but I'm not sure why he lost interest, but he has resigned. But on the flip side of it, I've sent you a application for Tammy Hopkins. Tammy has joined the last 2 meetings. No, maybe she missed last week, but she's joined 2 meetings. She was a volunteer for the public library's basket project. Just stepped right up. So she's a absolutely good Rotarian. And this is where I have to defer to you, Paul, since I put the signed application in your mailboxes, or I can bring it up here on the screen. But I'd like to the board to approve her.
So
Now,
moved.
okay, we've got it's downhill now. Is there a second? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous.
just
trouble
put all
is
the
a
information, put all the information on that form so I can get her in the, when the time.
It's
comes.
all there. It's all
Yeah,
there. Right?
I've heard that before.
I took a look at it, Randy. It's all there.
It's all there. Let me
Yeah.
say, I can't, my eyes aren't good enough. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, and if there's something you need, call me.
Oh, I will.
But your president-elect says it's all there
Okay.
because Chuck had already made a motion electronically. So Tammy will be presented to the membership today. And she will be a Rotarian hopefully in a week or so. That's great. You want to talk about the golf cart at all, Randy?
No.
Okay, good. Because
No.
that thing is going great.
Everything is fine. After I picked Dawn up at the doctor's, I stopped by Al's house and got some additional tickets to him. It'll be another 2 weeks before I ask those guys to go back and do their collections. Anybody that has it to turn in, ahead of time, it's fine. But no, I think everything is going along well. Today, I'm going to ask show of hands at the meeting for volunteers for the 29th to be at the campground.
Okay.
So we've talked about it, but we haven't twisted any arms. So it's arm twisting time to get probably just 3 or 4 people would be the ideal situation.
I have one.
Good shape.
I have one question regarding that date specifically. I put the word out to my family about having tickets available. Of course, not one response. So I'm having a tough time selling any tickets. That date, when we come up to the campground, I really want to be there. Do we bring our own tickets and sell them?
No.
All right, well, I'm gonna have tickets to turn
I know
in.
that's not the answer you wanted.
Hey, Chuck, here's the deal, Chuck. When we sell all of the tickets from Randy's inventory, and your inventory must be getting pretty low, right, Randy?
We're under 300.
When
But we don't really know the inventory until we've
others
gotten feedback from all the members. But Chuck, the reason I say no is I've told other people somewhat more strongly than I just told you that wasn't the way it worked. But at the end of the game, if you have tickets left, turn them in, and we're gonna have another month to try to get rid of any tickets that remain. So
Okay.
you do the best you can, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't have any relatives that play golf, and they're all in either the Baltimore, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, or Chicago area. So,
I know.
I put the word.
Now, Chuck, just once again, golf carts aren't just for riding in.
Oh, I know.
Golf carts can be sold.
Yeah, I know. I put the word out.
A ton of money can be made.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. And also, the real reason we do this is not to give somebody a golf cart, but to do good in the world. And that's really the message. Help us do good in the world. Help me, your father, do good in the world.
Yeah.
And tell them, to make it personal, something we did with a little kid, or we've done with a family, or we've done with domestic violence. I know you want to help me do that.
Yeah. Well, I can also tell them maybe you'll be one of the lucky ones who doesn't win it. So you don't have to pay to transport it to your home in Chicago or something. Maybe you'll get lucky and not win.
That's funny, but it doesn't sell tickets.
I know.
All right, well, we'll get there. And Chuck, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. I think that's about it for me. Reggie, you got anything?
No, I don't have anything. I am getting ready to depart, so it's
right on
good
time.
timing.
Okay, so we'll see you hopefully at noon, Reggie.
Hopefully around noon, yes.
Okay, thanks for joining. Regina, do you have anything you'd like to share with us or ask us to do?
Sure. The application for the Moorhead wells for Ghana, that was submitted to the foundation, and they came back and they wanted some additional information on training for the residents. So that information was supplied back to the foundation. So we're just waiting now to hear whether it's going to go through. The training was something like hygiene training for the kids in the schools.
Mhm.
You know, what were they going to provide as far as, you know, what the money was going to be used for training. And so they've been doing this, like I said, for over 10 years. So that they already had something planned. So it was submitted. So all we're waiting for now is for the approval. And once the approval is granted, then Paul, you can send them the $500. Or you send it directly to the foundation. Now it gets complicated after that.
Yeah, but
Explain how these get around. It's very complicated.
Well, it's a complicated chain that they use the money for, but it's not complicated for us. We write the check
No,
for
not
$500 and we're done.
well, Regina, thanks so much for doing this. And the more you do, the smarter
Thanks
you
for
get.
initiating it, you know, because
but-
that was the important thing, to get something online. So
You know, it's,
it helped.
we just wait.
like,
If,
something
if,
get done.
you know, if it's time to send the $500 before the end of June, that's what I'll do. Otherwise, I'll just send $1,000
Yeah.
to save children, and next year we'll give $500.
Like,
Okay, thank you, Regina. And we'll have other opportunities, and you'll get smarter and smarter, and you will be the smartest person in the club.
now that application was good. She did a good job, Sarah Seville. She did a very good job. She had to get all those other donations in too from the other clubs. So she did an excellent job. And I told her that already.
Excellent. Chuck, you got anything for us?
On the park work that's being done for the kids, do you need volunteers for any of that, or?
This is for the domestic violence.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're still working on that, and I will get back. Let me offline give you the guy to get in touch with, and when he's ready to go, maybe you can work it in the schedule. So I will. Let me make.
Well, I'm saying it personally. If you need some help, I'm.
Oh
here to
yeah,
help.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right now we don't have representative from Cape Charles, and we really want to have somebody from our club there.
Okay.
That would be a
That's
good
all I
opportunity.
had.
Chuck, that would be a good opportunity to sell some raffle tickets. You go
Yeah.
up and talk to a member of another club, and we deliver within 100 miles. So
True.
The other clubs, they're always anxious to help us. Brandy, thanks, Chuck.
I'm thinking, we've gotten the Cape Charles Club's name out there in public quite a bit as a result of this raffle. We article in the Post and other places. If something good happens, like the water project, when that actually comes to fruition, it would be good if we could get some publication of that, a story about that, to let people know, in real terms, where some of the money that we ask them to give us goes and gets used. I mean, we come up with a list, but that's really a great story, when it happens. And I think Regina would agree that's probably been happening down there for years, but now it's getting to another level where, in fact, it probably can only get approved now because of the history of the people that have been doing it all along. And it has a lot to do with whether these things, fly or not. So let's just not lose sight of the fact that.
No, and in fact, we'll make an action item out of that. Here's the action item. Regina, you get with Regina, you get with Jim Rich and explain that story to him, and he will turn it into a press release.
Well, Sarah's going to have a presentation, give us a presentation on the 1st of June, I think.
oh,
Is
excellent.
Correct, Chuck?
Okay, and we'll make sure that Rich is in that meeting. He's another one who doesn't like.
That's what I was going to suggest. Yes.
Okay, so that's your action item. Thank you, Randy, for reminding us that we should take every opportunity we can to publicize what we do. And that's another reason for getting back in a regular meeting mode, because then Rich will always be there because he's a super guy. He has not turned me down on a single thing I've ever asked him to do, even last minute. Last Saturday, we had the teacher appreciation car parade. And that was Saturday. I called Jim on Wednesday to cover that, and he was there. So we'll see something, he's just a super guy. He just doesn't like Zoom. So Paul, you want to wrap this up?
I don't have anything new. I was just going to say to Regina that I'm sure, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm sure that club who's leading the project has a press release that they will share with us, and they could just modify that a little to our use.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll get Jim. And when are you on with the well story?
June 1st, I thought.
Yep, you are with Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Okay, well, look, our friends and neighbors are beginning to join. Jackie's joining. So we have 15 minutes now where you can just kind of hang out, and we'll go into our regular meeting.
It's more water.
More
Get a
coffee.
cup of coffee.
Hi, Maddie. I think you're there, Maddie. Maybe.
Randy's gone.
Reggie's gone.
Yeah, Reggie's gone. You guys, I apologize, Randy. It's just you look so much alike. I mean, you look like twins.
Hey, I shaved my beard. I thought I was starting to look too much like Bill Stram, so I shaved my beard off.
Looks good.
So how's Dawn coming along?
Good. We were at the doctor's today. That's why I was so late. I think everything is good. I mean, we just finished up the antibiotics, and assuming, the fever doesn't come back, and it's going to mean things are under control. So back wise, she's still wearing a brace and she's stiff and all that, but that's going to take time.
At the regular meeting, we will show the membership this beautiful card that Dawn sent us.
Oh, thank you. I haven't seen it. So it's.
Yeah, that is pretty.
You know what she says in here was, she's thinking about the flowers and prayers. Then she says, also, thank you for making Randy a member of such a worthwhile organization. Yeah. She doesn't know. We really did. We thought long before and hard before we decided you could join Rotary, Randy.
Oh, yeah.
Randy, what do the flowers look like? Randy.
Yes.
What did the flowers look like?
They were fantastic. There's still, some of them are still in the vase. They're holding up that long. They were incredible, frankly.
Was it too much?
It was certainly more than it needed to be. They were really nice.
Oh, okay. Because she said that there were a lot of white flowers that she had, and I said, "Oh no, we want more."
Oh no! There are a lot of freesias. There were half a dozen yellow roses, and.
Well, she does an excellent job for us.
It was nice. It was way.
And
way,
she did the same day. Wonderful.
That was nice.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Much
Okay,
easier.
I've got to get ready to. Are you still sharing the screen, Paul?
I didn't think so.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to share. Can you see that?
Here you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it now, and maybe I'll be able to do it again. Hi, Jackie.
Hello, Bill, and everyone else.
It's good seeing you.
Yeah, same here, a long time. no
I haven't
see.
seen you for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Say, Paul,
Yeah.
I would like a Rotary t-shirt. Do you have
Okay.
it available?
Well, I think so. They're in my truck. Yeah, so what
Stop by.
size?
Medium.
They're men's sizes. So
Okay, medium is good. I'm a big man.
medium t-shirt.
Paul, can I switch mine out with you?
Well, I guess so. Why?
Too tight.
Oh, what's that?
Paul, don't ask so many questions.
You can tell me in private.
I'm gonna just leave that. That's like in arrears. That's an inside joke. In arrears.
Send me an email.
In the yeah, Randy's a nasty guy.
I'll do that.
He's a dirty old man.
We tried to clean up your English, Randy.
What did I say?
In Delaware. In
It's not what you.
Delaware.
It's what you write. It's in your minutes. Go back and listen. Oh, I'm gonna stop the recording. I have to stop the recording.
Yeah, good idea.